Okay, hi you guys. I had to change to my camera because my phone overheated because it's like extremely hot where I live. Anyways, it's like 92 degrees right now. But so what I was talking about was the baby shower for my daughter and how I invited so many people, and my mom was overwhelmed, and I'm not sure why I was telling that story. I guess like the excitement of it all. I'm trying to think because I know that I was talking about momentum and like this empowerment that you feel, and I don't know why I brought up that story. Spirit help me. I know I was talking about how if you're your authentic self and then it just builds up this momentum. Oh yeah, I know why I brought it up. It's because at that baby shower I felt so weird because it was the first time where I had like all these people, because a lot of people showed up and they were bringing all these gifts, and I wasn't even thinking of gifts. Like I was just excited for my daughter coming and inviting all these people just to join me in the celebration of it all. And then there came to a point in the day where it was a big barbecue and there was men and women, and so I had to sit there and like open gifts from everybody, and it was so overwhelming. It was like too much. It was like, oh my God, this feels like too much. It feels like too much gifts that were just flooding to me, and it was like surrounding me like piles and piles of gifts. And that's what I feel like with the spirituality that's happening to me. I feel like I didn't know that this was gonna happen. Like I didn't plan for this. This is not what I would like signed up for. I wasn't expecting to receive all of this. It's like, it's humbling in the fact that I never realized what I was doing and how powerful it was. And then to be flooded with all these gifts is like, it's crazy. And I know it's gonna get more and more and more. And it's like I did this from the good of my heart. I wasn't doing this to get anything out of it. I was never trying to get like material things, and like, yes, like I want that. I want to deserve that, but that wasn't my intention from all of this. It was to just be the best person that I could be, and like just have a peaceful, loving life. Like I guess I always did believe in karma. Like if you do good, like you'll get good in return, but I wasn't expecting anything. I was expecting like, you know, hopefully this would happen or that would happen. But when there's like a flood or like things that are that you feel like are so huge coming at you, it's crazy intense. So I just want to share with you guys like how amazing being your authentic self is. It's like, it's almost like people think the opposite. They think that if they cover up themselves, that people will like them more. Like, that's why they do it. They do it because they want to be liked, and they want to be accepted, and they want to be loved. And it's almost like, you know how the typical thing is like, a girl wants to be asked out by a boy, so she, you know, like in movies and stuff, like teenage movies where they do like a makeover on her, and so she's wearing makeup and different clothes and like a dress, and like do her hair and like, you know, eyelash extensions, nails, whatever, like trying to make herself look better so she could like get this date with this guy. But is that really what the guy wants? Like, do you even know what the guy wants? Like, he might fall in love with the girl that's like just herself and talks to him, asks him how his day was, and like they relate on a subject, maybe art class or something, and they like the same, I don't know, or Converse or something, like Converse tennis shoes or something, or like something that's very like chill. And like maybe he just wants like a girl that's like he can like relate to, that like talk to her and open up to her, and like that's nice to him, and that, you know, they can like walk home from school together and like talk about stuff, and like, and then they can, you know, just do some activity together like basketball or something, and like she actually will try to like, and knows how to like shoot a basketball or something. Like, that might be more of what the guy wants than this like pretty exterior that's like the typical like, you know, thing to draw a man in. But that's very superficial. That doesn't do anything for his soul. That might excite him as far as a physical thing, but is that a mental, emotional connection that you're making? You know, like, it's like, you know, we really have to think about our inner selves as being more attractive than the physical. And how sometimes the physical can even get in the way of the emotional. So for instance, like, I know a lot of people that they can't even approach a girl that's like super attractive or like a model or something like that because it's too overwhelming. They have too many fears of like competition and like being jealous and all this. Like, if all these guys are looking at this girl that's super beautiful, and then it's like very overwhelming. So it's like not even something that a guy really wants or a girl really wants. Like, imagine if you're with the guy that gets all the attention and all the looks and all, like, everybody wants him. It's very like, it's difficult to be that person as well. Like, there's just a very like emotional part of every human being. There's a lot of things that everybody goes through. And so you're much better off just trying to be yourself. So yeah, makeovers are nice and everything, but make sure that it makes you feel good, that it's something you want. Like for instance, like my sister's very tomboy, and she doesn't like makeup, and she doesn't like wearing dresses. And so on occasion she does wear makeup and her hair done and dresses and stuff like that, and trying to like go on a date or whatever. But is she actually being herself? She's very uncomfortable, and she doesn't feel good in her own skin. Like, she doesn't feel like she wants the makeup on her face. She doesn't feel like she wants to wear what she's wearing. She doesn't feel comfortable walking in high heels. It's very awkward for her. She doesn't even want to do it. She's just doing it for attention or acceptance in order to achieve something. I'm just saying this as an example. She doesn't even do this. Like, she has, like, on occasion, but, and this was so long ago. Like, to a wedding. She was like a bridesmaid in a wedding and stuff like that, and I helped do her makeup and hair and all that. But, and of course that's like normal stuff, but she also tried to do different stuff for dates, and it was like very uncomfortable for her. So the thing is like, don't present yourself to be something that you're not, especially in a dating situation. Like, you want somebody to love you for you, and I guess, like, it's okay to, like, do that, but if you're changing your personality as well, and you don't, I don't know, it's like you're giving a false sense of who you are to the other person. They're not really a part of a date and dating, and you want to, like, fall in love or, like, have a relationship with this person at some point. That's the point of, like, dating, right? Or you want to get to know that person. So, like, let's say if a guy did that, I'm speaking for women here, but it could be either way. It's like, if a guy did that and changed his appearance into somebody that he's not, like, let's say he dresses up like a biker, like in a leather jacket, and like, and it's like, that's not even who you knew. That's not even the person that you knew to want to go on a date with to begin with. Like, it's just like weird, right? So imagine a guy, if he asked a girl on a date and then she showed up looking completely different than how you normally would see her. It's kind of weird, right? But of course guys know, like, that girls dress up when they go out or whatever. So, but it's kind of like a weird thing. It's like a trickery thing. And so my point is just make sure that, like, you're being your authentic self. So, like, when you're dressing up for a date, make sure that you like that. Like, that makes you feel good. Like, you're doing it because you want to do it. You know what I mean? Not like you're being forced to do it. Like, let's say you hate fake eyelashes or something. Then don't wear them. If you don't like high heels and you feel really uncomfortable wearing them, like, don't wear them. Like, find the thing that makes you feel comfortable and you like. If you want to wear high heels and you like them, then get what you like. Don't like be caught up in this like societal world like of what should be, how you should be. If you don't want to wear makeup, and you'll never wear makeup like when you're dating that person, if you are going out with that person to events and stuff like that, if you were dating, would you do the same thing? Like, would you dress the same way? Would you, would you wear high heels? Would you wear fake eyelashes? Like, try to be like authentic to who you are. And when you're speaking to them, try to be authentic to who you are, like your personality. Don't go and change your personality and like, it's just so fake and phony. Like, if somebody tells you, oh yeah, you should laugh at their jokes, and then you're changing your behavior and you're laughing at each and all of their jokes, then it's like, yeah. I had a security guard like asking if I'm okay because I'm at like some parking lot. So so that was weird. But yeah, just like being your authentic self is such the way to be, because you don't have to like worry about like, am I doing the right thing? Am I wearing the right thing? Am I walking the right way? Am I saying the right things? Am I laughing? Do I look stupid when I laugh? Or do I look stupid when I smile? Or like, just be your authentic self. And so you want somebody to be attracted to you for who you are, not for some fake version of you. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And there's a bunny running across the hill over there. That was so cute. I'm getting all these distractions. But yeah, so, and embrace yourself. Like, love yourself. If you don't like something about yourself, then change it. Like, you have that power within you. Like, when I go up and down in my weight, and I fluctuate depending on like moods or whatever in the past, because now I'm spiritually enlightened, so I'm not going to be in those states of mind anymore. Depression and all that. That is a state of mind, typically. So when I feel like overweight or something, I'm not going to get down on myself about it and like hate on myself. I'm going to empower myself. Tell myself like, oh, okay, all you need to do is like go to the gym and work out and start eating healthier, making better choices, because look at what you've been doing, and maybe you should change that. So you shouldn't go out to eat as much. Maybe you should make some more stuff at home and like really, choose your ingredients and like use fresh ingredients and more fruits and vegetables and all that, and really, focus on your physical appearance, because you haven't been doing that, because you've been focused on this other thing. Like, make yourself feel better. Like, talk to yourself like a friend. Like, you're your own best friend. So, if you feel uncomfortable about like speaking or something like that, like in front of other people, Google like how to speak in front of other people and not feel nervous or whatever. Like, empower yourself to learn. If you don't know something or you're not comfortable with something, learn about it. It's all at the touch of our fingertips, like to type in, what we want to learn on YouTube, Let that be your school. Let that be your teacher. Anything that you feel like you need support with, it can all be learned, and feel confident in yourself that you are taking action to try to improve yourself on a daily basis. That's what we all need to do. We all need to have growth as a major part of our core value, is to focus on growth and love. Okay? That's like the main things that we want to focus on. And being your authentic true self is loving yourself. And when you love yourself, it's like the benefits of that are like amazing. So when you're your authentic self, you're gonna find your true love, because they will be attracted to you, your personality, your looks, your physical, you know, how you style yourself, what you're drawn to, your activities, and what makes you like feel alive and whole and happy and excited and motivated. And a lot of people are attracted to just that. They're attracted to the confidence that you have in yourself, and that motivation and that excitement for life. That is what a lot of people are attracted to. I know I am. And when people are authentic, it's so like refreshing to me. I just love it. I love when people are different, that they are, you could tell that they're in their true authentic self, that they're dressing the way that they want, they're looking the way that they want, they're not afraid to take risks and be who they want to be. They're not afraid to have their own opinions on things that might be different than others and like might cause conflict. That they're really themselves. They're in touch with who they are. That is so like magnetic to me. Those are the people that I'm interested in. I'm not interested in people that are fake. There's a difference. Like, okay, if a guy is like going to the gym all the time and working out and has big muscles, and they take protein shakes and they're so focused on their physical appearance, and then there's another guy that doesn't go to the gym as often, but he does care about his physical appearance. He does like do things that are active, and he has muscles, but they're not like as big as the guy that's like always at the gym and always caring about his physical appearance. Like, he's super tan and he goes to the tanning salon, and he's like has his hair always cut like perfect, and like cares about such superficial things. And then he wants arm candy. He wants a girl that's just like him and cares about her physical appearance, and all they care about is their physical appearance. That's not attracted to me. That's not attractive to me. Then a guy that's not into his physical appearance, that has a more balanced life, that's more stable and knows who they are inside and out, and like they care about all aspects of themselves. They care about the world around themselves as well. They care about other people as well. They're not superficial in the way that they think and feel. They want a woman that matches their energy, that has a well-rounded view of themselves, and they care about, you know, learning and growing and being a good person and caring about the world and caring about learning. And there's other things in life other than physical appearances or superficiality. So that is much more attractive to me. So whatever your inner person, whoever that person is, it's well-rounded. It's not one aspect. We talk about mind, body, spirit. So in this one example of the bodybuilder, they're only caring about their body. But the other thing is like, is their body healthy? Just because you have big muscles and it might look like you might think you're healthy, it's not so healthy when, like, let's say there's guys that are eating like diets that hurt their body, like steroids, or eating like a lot of fat and like hurting their arteries in their heart, or like a lot of red meats and eggs and stuff like that. And like there's guys that are doing like, you know, only eat like steak and eggs or something, and I'm sure that's very harmful to your body. Even though it might look like lean and trim, what does your heart look like? What is your body freaking out inside? Is it like giving you cancer or tumors, or like clogging your arteries? Or, you know, it's like there's much more to it than an outer look, you know? So I don't even see those big, huge muscles as being healthy. I feel like that's not healthy. Any extreme measure is not healthy. Like, that bodybuilder could have a heart attack just as much as an obese person can have a heart attack. Like, healthy is like, should be the main focus. When we're talking about mind, body, and spirit, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about healthy body, healthy mind, healthy spirit. So all of those things make up who you are. So you can't just be focused on one thing only. In order to be centered and balanced with the Holy Spirit, you need to incorporate the learning, and that's the mind. Learning positive things, like positive things to help others for your purpose. Like, what are you attracted to? Sometimes it doesn't seem, what you're attracted to might not seem like it's benefiting the planet or anybody else. It might just seem like casual, fun entertainment. But it's crazy how Spirit uses those things as a part of your life path, which you don't even see it as that. It's entertainment for you, but it's something you're drawn to. Like even music, movies, certain TV shows, even like reality shows, any kind of TV shows. Sometimes you are like learning things from that. Even though it seems like entertainment, you're actually, it could be part of your life path if you're passionate about it. If it's not completely garbage, which I don't think there's any show. Yeah, I guess there's a lot of shows that are like completely garbage, or you've already learned the lesson from them. I don't know, like, I feel like everything is part of God's path for you, but sometimes we're just not tapped into it, or we're not listening to our intuition. So you really need to listen to your intuition. And like, if you're overindulging in something and you feel like you should be doing something else, then it's not really like supposed to be like something that you're doing on your path. Or maybe you need to limit it. But it's crazy, like, there's a lot of things that I thought that I was doing just for my own. Yeah, so the battery ran out, so I had to just start recording again. Or not the battery, but the video stopped, so I had to start recording again. But you guys don't care. But anyways, so yeah, I just want you guys to know that, like, being your authentic self is, like, so amazing. It gives you so much energy and power, and, like, the Holy Spirit will actually give you gifts. It's like video games. Like, you will power up, and, like, it's almost like there's this package laying on the ground, and you roll over it or whatever, and you get this, like, superpower. And so, like, gifts will be just, like, dropping out of the sky for you in a metaphorical way, where, like, your intuition will be heightened, and you'll be able to, like, use your discernment better, and, like, you'll be able to read people, and you'll be able to, like, find your purpose easier, and you'll be able to, like, things will start going better for you, and you'll start, like, getting more rewards out of life, like happiness, and, like, you'll just start attracting, like, more and more things. Like, your job will be better, your friendships will be better, your relationships will be better, your relationships with your family will be better, your car, your house, your income will be better. Like, everything will just, like, start amping up and amplifying, and just, like, you'll just be showered with things, and you'll just have a more fulfilling, balanced life when you're true to yourself. And that's what God wants for all of us. Like, that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be, like, living the way that God intended. And that's how you get all these gifts from the Holy Spirit. This is not just, like, falling in your lap for no reason. This is actually the secret to life. You're on God's path, so you're going to be rewarded. That's what it is. So in any aspect of your life, all you have to do is listen to your intuition. Whether it's diet and exercise, whether it's your beauty, whether it's your health, whether it's your job, whether it's a relationship, it's like you have to be connected to your authentic self and listen to your intuition, and God will give you guidance. Your intuition is God speaking to you and telling you what to do. And only God and you have a relationship where He knows you the best, and He will guide you to the proper person to help you achieve what you want to achieve. So it's not like Scientology, where you don't go to a doctor and you just, like, talk to God and you have your own body heal you. But actually, God will give you reference to, like, who you should go see and talk to as well. So your intuition might tell you, like, oh, I don't need medicine for this, because I know logically that I've learned these things, and I know that my body will fight common cold or whatever like that, or a sore throat or something like that, that you have to weigh the options according to your research. So if you go and Google something and you read about things, and you can self-diagnose, and you can cure whatever's happening. it's okay to do that. But if it's something that requires a doctor or it's not helping, then you go to a doctor to help you. But you use your discernment in every step of the way. You don't like just do what the doctor tells you to do. You have to process it, and this is a tricky subject, so I'm getting like kind of caught up in it right now because it's very tricky. Like, I don't want people to I want people to understand that it's God works through others to help us as well. So there's a common I think it's common, but there's like some kind of scenario where there's a guy that was in the ocean, and he was praying to God for a boat to come and save him. Or no, he was praying to God to save him. Sorry, I like completely messed that up. But he was praying to God to save him. And so a boat comes by, and the guy asks, "Do you need help?" And he was like, "No, God's gonna save me," or whatever, or "No, I'm fine." So 3 boats come by, and he doesn't accept the help. He thinks that God is going to save him out of the water and like pull him up out of the water and like place him on the land or something. But no, God works through other people to help you. So those people, he sent all those boats to come and help you, but you didn't accept the help. So when people are trying to help you and they're there and they're supportive and they're trying to... Okay, so the angle changed again because the battery died. Okay, so we're having all these technical difficulties on this video. I don't know what that's all about. But yeah, so being your true authentic self is the most important thing that you need to do to develop yourself. Like, work through all those issues that you have with being insecure or not confident in yourself. Like, that's what you really need to focus on, is any childhood traumas, anything that you feel like people are hurting you in any way emotionally or putting you down. You really need to create boundaries in order to protect yourself and not let people do that to you. Like, really be your advocate for yourself, stand up for yourself, and use your voice, use your inner power to stand up for yourself. And a lot of times, like, God is testing you to build your strength within, to build you up, to be more confident, like, than other people. Because the more, like, negative people that come into your path, think of it as a good thing. It's creating a power within you. It's building up more of a power within you. So the more that you stand up for yourself, defend yourself, whether it's within or speaking out about it, you remain calm, you remain confident, you remain centered. You don't like yell and scream and that actually shows that you're not confident when you're doing those things. So that is something like a child does when they're like throwing a tantrum. They're learning how to overcome emotional distress. So that's what we all need to do. We're having emotional distress, And so we need to be more logical about it and overcome that by speaking to ourselves and telling ourselves that good things. Like, you empower yourself by giving yourself encouragement, and like, you know yourself. So when you know yourself so well, nobody else can tear you down. So like, let's say you know that you're smart. Like, you just know you're smart because there's things that you've done in your life that prove to yourself that you're smart. So if somebody tells you you're stupid, you're not going to get mad at that person and yell and scream at them, like get so mad and so defensive, if you really are smart and you proved it to yourself. A smart person would be like, okay, like thinking in their head, like they would just walk away and they would think in their head, that person's really stupid, like, because they don't know me at all. And you talk to yourself and you can say, I know I'm smart, so I don't really care what they have to say. I don't think they're smart because they just said that to me. They're not emotionally intelligent. They're kind of like lower status than I am, because I would never say that to somebody else. I have more sense, and therefore I'm smarter, that I wouldn't talk to people like that. So they just prove to themselves that they're not smart. And it's kind of funny. That's why people walk away and laugh at other people that like hurt them, like try to tear them down. That's the process that you're going through. So think about that. You know, it doesn't matter what the subject is. It could be even like something very triggering, like your weight. Like if somebody said to me, you're fat, like it's exactly the same process. Like I could think in my head the exact same way for every single thing. Like, okay, well, who is, like, I could just laugh and walk away from them, and I'm thinking in my head, like, I look good and other people think I look good, and like, I don't, like, it's my decision whether I want to, however I want to weigh, that's my decision, because I make the choices in how much I work out or how much I eat or how healthy I eat. I'm in control of myself and my decisions. So what they say to me is their opinion. That I know that that's not the opinion of everybody. Same as with the smart comment. Like, yeah, to some people I might not sound smart, but I know myself and I know how smart I am. I know that, like, that I can learn about anything I want to learn about. That's up to me. I can go study anything and learn about it. Anybody can. That's up to me. And if I don't feel like I'm smart and I want to be smarter, I can do something about it. So if I feel like I'm overweight, it's not going to hurt me, because that was my choice, was to not eat healthy and not work out. So it's just, to me, it's like, okay, it's that one person's observation, and they might be using that just to hurt me. It might not even be the truth to them. So why would I take offense to anything that anybody said? Because for one, I don't even know if it's really what they think. They might just trying to hurt me. And what is the tone and the context in which they said it in? Are they trying to help me, or are they trying to hurt me? What are their intentions of saying that? Or are they just emotionally like unintelligent by not even understanding what they're saying to somebody else, like that's not appropriate to say to somebody else? So like they're sounding stupid by saying that. Like that's pretty much what I'm saying. So in any context, any thing that anybody says to you, that's how you can look at it. Even if they said something about my family or my kids, that's happened to me, and I ignore it. I literally don't care what other people think. Now, it's a different thing if like everybody thought the same thing, like the majority of people thought the same thing, and it's still up to me. Do I want to conform to society, or do I want to go against society and do my own thing and maybe be a leader for that cause? Do I want to take a stand on that particular thing and keep doing it and make a change in the world on that issue? That's a decision I can make as well. So nothing can really hurt somebody unless it's something where you really care about that person. But then again, why would you care about a person that doesn't accept you for who you are? That would make me mad and not really want to be friends with that person or be with that person if they were so cold-hearted and didn't care about my feelings or try to discuss it with me or try to compromise with me, or they didn't care about my feelings, like that they saw me getting upset I wouldn't get upset, but if they saw me just walk away and distance myself from that person, if they don't try to come back and apologize or talk to me about it and discuss it, then why would I would start to not really care about that person and just be like, okay, well, they don't like me and they obviously don't accept me for who I am. Well, it depends on what the situation is or what the topic was, but anyways, it's just, I want to get back to the fact that it's so amazing just to be yourself. Especially now at this time, it's like literally like you could be a superhero and you could be different right now in this day and age. I feel like in the future, like after I like touch the world with this brilliance from God and this Holy Spirit, that once everybody realizes this superpower that we hold within, that it's going to be harder to stand out, kind of. Like if we're all superheroes, if we all have superpowers, then, and we're all amazing, that would be great, right? I mean, it's not a bad situation. We're all gonna stand out because we're all gonna be our amazing, beautiful, smart selves. There's gonna be like, I'm just thinking of like dating. That would be like a buffet of amazing people to choose from. It's like the dating pool just got better. You know what I mean? that's what we all need to be like. We all need to be like living our best selves, our best lives, and we're going to be attracting like so much. And so it's like the opportune time to do that. In today's like day and age, like we have all the tools at our disposal. We have Google and YouTube, and like just we can search anything we want. We can learn anything we want. We can be our best selves and like get rid of all of our traumas and like work through it all and like get in touch with the Holy Spirit and just like enlighten ourselves spiritually. And that comes down to the Spirit. Understanding that we are not alone, that we have God in the universe like on our side. As long as we're connected, you have to put the plug in the outlet in order to be connected to the electricity. So you have to be your best self in order to plug in with the Holy Spirit. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. I get downloads from God when I speak, when I do the things that I'm supposed to be doing on my path. When we're writing, when we're speaking, we can manifest, we can connect with the Holy Spirit, and we can get our thoughts out and our emotions out, and that's how we work through our problems. We can do our own therapy and like write down like what we're afraid of, when we have negative emotions, like journal about it, get it all out, like be in touch with your feelings and why are those triggers happening. Think of like childhood or situations that happened where you felt the same way, like that same emotion came up. Where was that from? What part of your childhood? How old were you? Like, what were you doing? Who are you with? Like, make a connection. And once you make the connection, it's that state of realization, like, oh, that's where it came from. And so the more you realize it and you are aware of it, you can stop and think about it and process the information and not get upset with yourself or overwhelmed. You're working it out. It's like a dough. You have to work it out and knead it and work on it and massage it to get the kinks out. So once you work on it, and then you won't feel that feeling as much, and it will get less and less and less until it dissipates. And you're aware of it, but it doesn't trigger you. It doesn't hurt you. It doesn't make you lash out or react in the way that you used to react. So that's what we want to try to do, is try to work on all of those issues and be aware of your issues and work on them. And the more and more that you do that, the closer to God you get, the more gifts you will receive in your life. And other people, we don't understand we are spiritual bodies. We have an aura, we have an essence about us. People can detect how we feel and what we think in very subtle ways, through our words, through our emotions, through our face expressions, through our gestures, our body language. There's all these like clues and hints that we give out at every moment of time, where we're very intuitive beings. We can sense things from other people. We can sense if a person has a good spirit or a bad spirit based on how we feel. Like walking into a dark alley, and there's somebody coming. How do we feel? Like, do we feel safe or do we feel fearful? When we see a dog, an animal or something coming towards us, do we sense them out? We sense, okay, is this a threat to me, or is this not a threat? Does this seem like, what is the dog doing? Is he wagging his tail? Is he sticking his tongue out and panting? Is he aggressive and angry? Is he like clenched teeth? Is he like, is his ears up? How is this animal looking to me? Are they relaxed or are they tense? Are they, so we do that with each other as well. We do that with human beings. We know whether our mother is stressed out and whether to talk to her or not about a situation, like a serious situation or something. You try to time things according to what you feel, like your boss or something. If your boss seems stressed out and aggressive and angry, you don't want to ask him or her about a raise or like taking a vacation, It's like we do these things all the time. We can sense people's tones of voice or how they feel by little things that they do. You can see in people's eyes, like you can see coldness or fear or love. And a lot of times people don't even need to say anything. It's like all written all over them, on their face expressions, their emotions, their tone of voice, their body gestures, everything. Whether you're walking fast or slow, or like the pace of everything. How fast you're talking, how slow you're talking, like how much you're moving. Like you can tell if somebody is like taking drugs or alcohol. Like you can tell by slurred speech or different patterns of talking or whatever, We're very intuitive beings. So we can sense when something's wrong. Like, if something bad happened, you can sense that from somebody that you're very close to. So it's just all like everything you learn and study and think, it shows through your body language and all of these things. So you really have to understand that and know that like whatever you're doing to better yourself is going to better your whole life. And it's not just something that it's something that is going to connect you to your right purpose and path in life, because it's authentically you. And that's what makes you go on your path and makes you live the happiest, best life ever. So please like, comment, and subscribe and share this video, and support this Earth Healer movement and purchase the merchandise, support the cause, donate to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Peace, love, and light.